Hey everybody. It's been a minute, but it is hard to stay away from the holler, don't you think? I know we've already got like two of them going right now, but it's just, what are you supposed to do in the wait, you know? What do you gotta do while you're waiting? Gotta do something. Like waiting for the game to load up. Hello? Come on. Oh, the holler doesn't want me back. I guess that's interesting. But yeah, actually, while I'm waiting on that, I'll get to the Scarlet Hollow development update. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's the music we know and love. Let me turn that up a little bit. Don't want that too loud. Don't want that too quiet either. Here we go. As always, warning: this is a horror game. I didn't mean to full screen that. Stop that. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. They're not kidding, by the way. You haven't seen it on stream, obviously, but there's a chance that you can die. You can lose, as it were. But back to... How's the volume, by the way? Let me just adjust this a little bit. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to read this part to, because it's interesting, and part to see, what the frames are wanting to do today, and I'll restart it earlier if need to be. But again, it always seems to be shot in dark. But anyway. So, the update. After taking a short break to recover from Episode 5's release, which I believe they absolutely fucking deserved, and needed probably, we're back to work. Given our current stage of production, these updates are probably going to be on the shorter end, but here's what we've been up to. We've mapped out the scene list and flowcharts for the remaining 2 chapters of the game. While all of the major story beats and revelations for Scarlet Hollow were planned from the start, this is the first time we've finally put minor pieces together, which I'm very interested in. We've officially started writing Episode 6. Holy shit. Parallel to writing Episode 6, we've begun working on the church expansion to Episode 5. Because, see, that was one of the things you couldn't do before, right? Like, you had all these options on where to go. You couldn't go to the church. And so the devs heard the feedback, and they're like, you know what? Maybe we should make it so you can go to the church. So, yeah, they've been working on adding that in. We've started pulling player choice data from our Episode 5 survey to put into a devlog. If you haven't had the chance to fill out the survey, you could do so here. If you go to their website or to the game page, you'll be able to find it if you want to fill it out yourself. We're so happy to see that Episode 5 is neck and neck with Episode 3 for people's favorite episode to date, which is very understandable. Also, there's a love interest popularity post, Episode 5. Stella is at 19.95%. Kaneeka is 17.7%. Wayne is 13.19%. Reese is 10.84%. Avery is 5.52%. Dr. Kelly is 3.56%. Oscar is 3.52%. Aw, poor guy. I do like his romancing. I don't know if his is my favorite, but it's very cute. I do like it. Sybil is 2.64. And then I'm Not Here to Find Love, 23.07. Which I think is very valid. And I like the fact that you don't have to romance somebody if you don't want to. What to expect next? We'll be looking to catch up on fixing outstanding bug reports for Episode 5 next week. After that, next goal will be finishing an expansion / touch-up patch for currently released episodes. On the docket are adding an option to visit the church in Episode 5, as stated. Finally, implementing the alternative ending to the clinic in Episode 4. Some expansions to the intro to the farm in 5, and an assortment of balance changes, mostly focused on improving the feel of powerful build and keen eye. Oh, I'm curious about that. I'm curious about powerful build and keen eye. We've started working on some new merch. Ooh, new merch. New merch. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, oh, I rubbed my little grubbies together. I'm going to have to start saving up. And that's it for that. So, but as stated by the title, we are going to see if we can be aiming for basically trying to see if we can get Kaneeka. Either just, like, not necessarily a love interest, obviously a bonus, but, like, kind of like Oscar, like, just focusing on Kaneeka, you know? Which always feels like a bit of a bummer, because it's like, I don't like ditching my cousin at the same time. Like, why do I have to choose these things? But, alright, name. Whatever. I live in the city of, I almost want to call it city of Twitch. What a terrible place to live. Actually, I'm gonna call it Soda because that's one of the funnier ones. She, her. Alright. Alright, these, see, I like... My favorite combination used to be powerful build and street smarts. But then what you can do in certain things have been switched. So street smart used to be for a later thing. For a later check, as it were. And now it's for keen eye instead. Okay, so I think we're at least going for powerful build. You know what? Let's try this. Powerful build and keen eye. I've probably already done this before, but we're gonna be hopefully, potentially taking a new path anyway, so... Okay. And there's definitely a lot of stuff in this game. Like, I definitely suggest to check out the content warning website. Please. It's literally just their website, so if you look it up, you can find it really easily. I do try to give a heads up before things happen, because, you know, I've played this game through a bunch of times, so I know what's coming and when, at least vaguely. The thing is, though, despite all the time and hours I have put into this game, I obviously haven't found, unlocked, seen everything. So, I'm gonna do my best. I apologize in advance, but, you know. Also, I might jump a little bit due to the fact that, you know, this is my, I think, third time recording it, however many times playing through it. So, slight apologies in advance. If you want to, like, have all the words and everything, you could probably, like, pause to read it if you want to over in the VOD or the vlog over on YouTube. Or I might end up just reading it all. It's kind of a vibes thing, you know? But anyway, Chapter 1. Oh, also, sorry, I know we were about to start, but if this is your first time seeing this game, this video, everything, stream, whatever, Chapter 1 for this game is free. You can go over to Twitch. Not Twitch. Oh, for the love of everything. Steam. You can go over to Steam. You download Chapter 1. It is free. If you decide to buy the game, you get all current chapters and you will get all future chapters. You don't have to pay for future chapters. Once you own the game, you just own the game. That's it. Okay, now back to the bus. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in city depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. Couldn't she have, like, greyhounded me over or something? Or, like, flight? Like, where am I coming from that I needed to take 26 hours of buses without even a rest stop somewhere? Like, well, obviously there were rest stops, but like not at a hotel where I could, you know, sleep. Apparently. Also, I will have opinions because this is fun and I love this game. The funeral of Perlane Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore. Even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost at Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. Ah, there's a fucking guest. Why? Okay, be right back. Hang on. I'm so sorry. Did I leave myself unmuted? I'm so sorry. You probably heard me going about and trying to get the oversized boogie out of the way. Anyway, my apologies. Despite whatever's, it's like they just... It's like, why? And how? There's no food for you in here. I mean, there's probably bugs for the bugs, but like, I don't know. Any whoosies. Oh no, he is still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure if he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Wait, what, are you serious? Why are you talking to me? Why wouldn't I talk to you? We're on a bus. Buses are one of the best places to meet new people, hands down, and you're the only person left to meet. Go meet the... Well, I'd say go meet the driver, but probably not. We kind of want to get there in one piece, so... So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she's going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. Well, yeah, I'm surprised other people weren't mad at you for pushing people in the water. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound out hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. We've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. About 5 months ago, she tried to break it up with me. Like, for real. Jeez, you ever get so mad you want to kill somebody? I've never felt that way about another person, and I find it alarming that you have. You're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart one day. It changes a person. Makes them think things they never thought they could. No, you are a Concernicus person. I think it's absolutely up to her, and I don't blame her if she wants to break up with you, to be completely and utterly honest, sir. I honestly could have killed that woman. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you're so fucking funny. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right yeah, fucking whiplash. She's giving birth to our son right now, so I'll try to get up to Virginia to be there for it. I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. One of these days, you're gonna run into someone who doesn't tolerate your bullshit. Get your act together. You cross your arms and glare at this young man with menace in your eyes. Huh, alright, maybe you have a point. I guess New York will always be there waiting for me. Anyway, where did you say you were headed? I fucking didn't. Ha! No need to get nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. I've already tried to make it very clear that I don't like you and the presence you are bringing to this whole, shindig. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed to Scarlet Holler, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, come to think of it. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see. There's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. But my body's got desperate enough to try it. I mean, it do be like that sometimes, unfortunately. Haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. I mean, I don't know why Facebook, but okay. Hope they didn't die! Ha 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 ha! He looks back at his phone for once focused on something other than you. Thank fuck. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. I hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Please leave. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Just a second, I'm checking the... Alright, since we're still early on, I'm gonna try restarting the stream real quick, see if that fixes anything. Okay, potentially back, but not really looking too good just yet. Maybe yes, maybe no. Alright, let's see how this goes. But yeah, you can use, since I took powerful build, protein is protein, nice, I love boiled peanuts, take the peanuts, no thanks, screw you and screw your peanuts. I'm allergic to peanuts. If you pick you're allergic to peanuts, you will actually be allergic to peanuts for the rest of the game. And we're hoping for third time's the charm, to be completely honest. I just don't know what it is. I really don't. And I'm honestly starting to think it's not my internet connection. I mean, obviously it could be, but eventually it's got to be something else, right? Anyway. No, I don't want to, I'm not taking food from strangers. I'm not taking strangers either. I'm not really hungry. Still looking 45 minutes left on your trip, in your journey, pal. I'm assuming nothing goes wrong. Best to have them on hand. The young man sets the peanuts down on the empty seat next to him. The juices dribble out through the bottom of the bag and into the upholstery, instantly soaking it in peanut brine. I feel sorry for whoever has to clean this bus later. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. Like, somebody's gonna have to clean that up. And just like that, you're alone. The strangest peanuts soaking into the seat across from you. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it looks like a kiosk, though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Blaze. Hello! You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your young cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Alright, we're gonna start with one of 50 million saves. It begins. Okay, the choices. I don't know if I really want the firm handshake. There's always the hug. So sorry for your loss. Come here, cuz. Bring it in. You go in for a hug. She tries to pull away, but it's too late. You squeeze tightly, your cousin squirming in your grip. Okay. Enough! She pulls away from you, dusting off her clothes. Something you should know about me is I'm not really a hugger. Sorry, I just thought you might like some comfort, considering. I don't. Now come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. Whee! It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. I'm looking at her keys. I'm distracted by your keys a little bit. There's probably nothing to read into there, but like, she's got a lot of keys. If you know, you know, and I wonder what some of them are for. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explorer can usually be taken without advancing the story. And it does say usually, because sometimes it does. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Yep. How are you holding up? Fine. Are you sure? You seem tense. You know you can talk to me, right? I went through something similar when my own mom passed. She tenses up even more at the mention of your mom before letting out a heavy sigh. Maybe it's a sore spot for her. You quickly apologize. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not what you're looking to hear right now. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. So the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just need a coffin and someone to dig a hole. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. You have your mom to thank for that, or had, I guess. Is there bad blood between us? You don't know me, and I don't know what my mom's problem was with this side of the family. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. At least I don't have asthma in this game, because good God, coming up here would be hell. Actually, just being in here would be hell, like all the fucking dust and everything. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days. Months, weeks, years, centuries, eons? Its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel it's something that should have been left to rot a long time ago. Yeah! Zip it down. You! This motherfucker. Poor dog having to put up with this asshole. And there's the ram. The fucking motifs. Motifs? Yeah. Anyway. If you know, you know. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the arches and aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else. If you value your limbs, the floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. Thank you for at least having that kind of common sense. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. It's beautiful and clean. Oh man, this place is huge. I can't wait to unwind. I didn't just fart in front of you. Calm down. Yes, the estate is quite large, but I'd be careful about unwinding too much. You don't want to wander off somewhere you shouldn't. You might get some nasty splinters. Oh no, splinters. I mean, they can be really bad, but you know. A lot worse is going to happen in comparison to splinters. Anyway, you put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does cleaning. Her name is Janie. I would recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip. It's time we explore options to prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Someone actually plans this place? Have you ever seen it happen, or does this person just say they did it and leave? Oh, I keep close watch on Janie. She cleans. Maybe it's not up to your sleek city standards, but this is an old house in the country. There's a level of dirt and grime you have to learn to live with. Sweetie, I don't think you know what a mop and broom are. I don't think you've ever seen any window cleaner and paper towels or whatever. Y'all could try a little harder, though. Y'all could at least try washing your dishes. Y'all? Are you lumping me in with Janie? No, this mess is her responsibility. That's what I pay her for. If you have an issue with the state of the place, take it up with her. Hey, I tried to clean and you got pissed at me. Is there somewhere in town... I might want to get something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. What if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. I'm gonna skip saying PB&J is my favorite this time. I don't know if that'll change anything, but who knows. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Hello. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou-Frou. Do not try and pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Alright. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must.
The sound of flies.
It's a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Like, girl, you get mad at me for taking out the trash and cleaning in here. Like, what? What? This is the worst bathroom I've ever seen. You can practically hear Tabitha rolling her eyes at you from the other side of the bathroom wall. Be a lot nicer if Janie didn't have a policy about bathrooms. She cleans mine but refuses to do more than that, so you can blame her for the state of the place. Why can't I use your bathroom? No, now hurry up and do your business so we can move on with our... Why can't I use your bathroom? Seriously. I'm just realizing that that's either wine or just very old water sitting in that glass with that toothbrush. The wine glass, I might add. Are you sure this toilet works? Yes. Why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilets work. Now do your business so we can move on. You silently stare at the monumental task in front of you. Never mind, I don't need to go. You aren't desperate enough for this. You know, on second thought, I don't think I need to go. Might as well try since we're here. Nah, no, I'm good. You leave the bathroom to rejoin your cousin and finish the tour. You still have to go, but it can wait until later. Maybe you'll sneak out into the garden. I mean, that would be freaking cleaner. Next up, guest bathroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-an-hour rant about her kids to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What's with all the boxes? Old family stuff. Do you need help moving them? There's actually quite a bit of stuff lying around the estate. I could help you move things around and fix the place up. Look, I appreciate the offer, but Janie already comes in once a week. It's fine. It's really not, Tabitha. I cannot begin to express enough how not fine this is, but, you know, you've kind of grown up with it, so I guess you're used to it. This is great. Way nicer than what I'm used to. Can't say that I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique, handed down through the family for generations. That's not always a good thing, Tabitha, but you know. This is not an IKEA bedroom or whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. I mean, from the way my character's been talking about it, I feel like I've been living in, like a postage stamp or something. Who used to sleep here? When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. Sweet. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. And I shall take a sip of my beverage, because hydration is important. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip, some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths. Some right away, and others down the line. Okay, and... once again, we're going to save. You know, we don't have to inherit our parents' bad blood. We can start fresh, now that it's just us. Okay, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here. You haven't done anything wrong. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please, just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom, it requires a lot of time and concentration, so I appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. I mean, well, I guess technically my mom came before you. I did not. Did I? I'm realizing I don't know who's older between the two of us. Hashtag girl boss. Can I come watch? Can I come vibe? What? No, the mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. I mean, I'm not going into the mine. Well, to my current knowledge in this game, I have no intention of going into the mines, and I can say that with complete honesty and no knowledge of what is about to come. Good for you. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't think of it as exciting in the same way I don't think cleaning a toilet or painting a wall is as exciting. It's a task. I mean, I'd rather paint a wall than clean a toilet, but if my toilet looked like that, I'd, get the hazmat suit and just, fucking deep clean all the everything. I kind of want to aggro a little bit. What are those tasks could use more doing around here, if you ask me? Excuse me? Toilet scrubbing. I mean, have you seen the toilet in my bathroom? Have you seen what lives there? Any other requests before I head out? What am I supposed to do while you're gone? It's a very demanding job that I should be getting back to right now that doesn't include figuring out activities for you to occupy your time with. I'm not your babysitter. Why don't you, I don't know, go for a walk around town or something until you get tired? There's stark buildings to look at. I'm sure you'll have a great time. Can you take me down before you leave? No, it's just down the hill. You can walk there yourself. Thankfully, I'm assuming with my powerful build, I have good lungs. This isn't Vods. Alright. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Okay, bye! Your cousin leaves through the front door. Now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. As always, absolute hats off to Tabby and just hand drawing this, man. Well, I can't do anything right now. We're going to go straight for the forbidden winning of the estate. And it's locked because I can't have the ability to do this. Anyway. Fine, we'll settle into a room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of your day. You stand at the entrance to your room. And we take a nap, but it doesn't work. You immediately collapse into the bed. You're tired, enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough at the smell You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. Open windows, beat the shit out of the mattress, clean out the air. Like, there's a broom right there, isn't there? Yeah, there's a shitty-ass broom. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. Ow. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Steal your cousin's bed. Examine the painting on the wall. Hi! This must be an older relative of yours. Judging by the dates on the inscription, you've never heard of her. But you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she actually is in the mood for a conversation. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, top trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you need to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Probably mostly because I don't have all the stuff to do that with. But I totally get the vibes it's going for. That does sound nice. And check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Doll. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Oh, pardon me. You gently close the drawer, leaving the marsupial in peace. This drawer belongs to the opossum, and there's nothing you can do about it. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good as a place as you'll find to put your clothes in. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice, clean bag, but there's no going back now. I mean, technically I could. That's enough. It doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. You know, let's get that PB&J. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only thing louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. I mean, personally, I'd just fucking go down to the diner, but, you know. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, and a plate, and a knife. Approach for food. The cat hisses you as you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frou-Frou's spot on the counter. Okay, but I gotta reach over you to get to this, so just don't scratch me when I come. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Okay, I need to pan. Oh, that's not the. That's well. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Yes, he's got nothing but fucking mac and cheese. Keen eye, look closer. The fucking face. At home gourmet. Have him coming back for seconds. You squint to the darkness of the pantry. Behind the molded bread, a single book lies forgotten. A thin layer of dust collected on its cover. You pick it up. You flip to a bookmarked page. Both calf's brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own, and you can only imagine how vile the combination of the two would be. What kind of person would call this their favorite food? No wonder your mom ran far, far away from this place. Who's Teddy's favorite? Oh, Teddy's favorite. Serve on toast or with plain crackers. Is this like a liver pate, but like obviously a brain? This whole thing is concerning. As is Teddy. Yeah, look at all this moldy bread. Like, Tabitha, why do you think this is fine? Just throw it out. Curl. Examine the mac and cheese. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen the brand before. You know what? I'm probably going to run this back, but I want to see if I can cook the mac and cheese. Your hunger is satisfied, but you can't help but wonder what consequences might await you in the future. Staying away from the mac and cheese was one of your cousin's hard rules. She already seems not to like you. That is a problem for future you, though. Oh. Did I eat the mac and cheese and not cook it? Okay, yeah, I'm definitely running that back. What the? What? Let's just put this back. Put it back. Staying away from the mac and cheese was one of your cousin's hard rules, and she already seems not to like you. Yeah, I also don't like the fact that I potentially just ate, mac and cheese without cooking it. You put the box back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse than they already are. All right, we're just going to take the bread, the non-moldy bread. Then we're going to take the peanut butter, the king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is... we got the mice to go with the cockroaches, apparently. And a jelly, a plate, and a knife. Alright, we're going to close the pantry. Close the pantry door as best you can, and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Alright, we're going to go to the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door, reading Janie, stay out, in all caps. I'm guessing this is the other one. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, okie dokie! You open the fridge, and freezer apparently. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Yeah. Ugh, that always gets me. Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess, wholly congealed in its styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. The substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. For God's sake, put it back. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. You shove the container back into the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. Take the mayonnaise. Actually, I'm going to take another sip too. You know you probably shouldn't, but part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar. It's labeled flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best put it back and forget you ever saw it. Take the jelly. Reach for one of the unopened jars of jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. Was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. I'm gonna go with that one because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jars of jelly. 1, 2, 3, potentially 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. What she did say she buys in bulk. The only thing you need now are a plate and a knife. Better close the fridge and keep looking. All right, we'll skip the ice cream for now. Just close everything. Alright. Cabinets. Now don't scratch me while I go up here. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. We're going to examine a mug. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock at NC. North Carolina? Yeah, North Carolina. It's like, I was looking here, it's like, oh, North Carolina's right here. Well, it's got the altitude, too. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlane, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you've heard from your mom, Perlane wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Keen eye. Maybe it belongs to Janie. My character's smart. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially with Tabitha's sour face peering over her shoulder. Yeah, anyway. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your peanut butter and jelly. Time to get to work. Ingredient? Am I going to eat the plate? Close the cabinet. Close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Make that PBJ! Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have carefully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations! Protein awaits! A job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Yeah, I think I'd also buy bottled water and, not drink the tap water, because, damn. I want to check out the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Good point, let's go. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. And back we go. Head back inside and close the door behind you. And we're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Let's see, we're gonna save again, because, like, I know it's not till later, but, like, for the time being, you decide to continue exploring the kitchen. Maybe there's something else you can snack on, too. No, I was kind of hoping to, like, clean or do something else, but I guess not. Congratulations, you've eaten... Alright. Might as well head to town. Fine, we won't clean today. Don't know if we'll clean tomorrow either, because this is gonna focus on Kaneeka. Or at least try to. We're just kind of gonna see what happens, but, you know. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed at you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of that tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. I think so too. Continue down the path. Finally! You made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's about to see worse days. It still has a feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. Doesn't look too cracked, mostly leafy. And weedy. Cracks in the window. The library looks fine. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. There they are. Here she comes. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. A pug. She's so cute. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out, and she's got a couple of weird growths, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. That's fucking amazing. 17? That's incredible. Sure is. I hope she beats the current record holder that makes it to 19. Or even better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretchen? But what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler every now and then. In the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. Just wait. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Yep, I just got in town today. Wow, I didn't think there would be anyone else coming. You staying with Tabby? How's she holding up? I haven't seen her since Perlaney passed, or for a while before that, now that I think about it. I don't think she's doing too well. She's been icy, sure, but it feels like she's putting on a front. She's always been a little rough around the edges, to be honest. It's always been hard to tell if that's just the way she is, or if she's just been putting on an act her whole life. I think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you're just in town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for coffee. They've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Okay, I do still want to have this bit. Because this way I get to meet Avery. Sure, why not? Awesome, let's go. Hello, everybody. Hi. You're nice. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of a human life. All of which grinds to a halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. I'm just gonna slide into the booth. You slide into the nearest booth, pretending that you didn't notice everyone in the diner gawking at you like they'd just seen Bigfoot. No need to be so shy. They don't meet many strangers. It's kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town. Especially since, well, they probably all know what you're here for and, by extension, who you're related to. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size. Keen eye. As you settle into the booth, you can't hear but pick up some of the murmurs of conversation around you. One moment, taking a sip. Listening. Stella turns to Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, 2 policemen and a woman you assume to be the owner shoot sidelong glances in your direction while whispering to each other. That must be Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet her. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, those eyes are unmistakable. That haunted look. I always thought it would go away once she finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness is baked into her DNA. Mm-hmm. Young mother and her syrup-stained young child sit at the table across from you. Mommy, who's that? Don't stare, Tulip. That must be Miss Tabitha's cousin. Oh, is that why she looks so sad? I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? I don't know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you gonna finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, Sweet Pea, and we gotta get home to help Daddy. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping his coffee and reading a paper. Why are the strangers who all wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of an appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? I'm an adult! I think. No, I'm pretty damn sure I'm an adult, all things considered. Hey, Jesse Mama Games! You did some good narration. Aw, thank you! I'm glad, considering there's a lot of reading in this game. Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scoffing down heaping plates of food. What do you think? Another young'un looking for mine work? No way. Clearly don't got the stomach for it. That's gotta be the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I'm remembering right, for old Miss Perlane. May she rot in peace. Oh, let the lady rest, Sax. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as laid to rest. If you'd been around in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill of her too, Rodriguez. He's right. Nastiest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her. Curse the whole lot of them. May every scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that. Ah, it's the lurk. Ah, the lurk's broken. Damn it. Thank you for letting me know, though. Enjoy your lurk. Ah, that's enough of eavesdropping. Oh, she's got a little drawing going on. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip. You can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. See, I love this. The devs knew what they were doing. They knew just when to tell you to hit that H key to hide the text box. Look at Gretchen. Oh, nom 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 nom. Eating up the bacon. What a good girl. Stella, where'd your coffee go? I think this is my coffee. Even though I haven't gotten a coffee yet. You ate your coffee. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. I have a biscuit and coffee. Can I have a biscuit and coffee, please? I heard they were really good. Best in the country. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, everybody apparently knows me. Okay, bye. Before you have time to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. I mean, yeah, why not? Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is it a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Yarr! Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Isn't this like the rural South? That's gotta be weird. I know. They must seem like such heathens. But there are plenty God-fearing folk in town. They just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. A little creepy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? Now we do you have something in mind? Something tells me this is a question. I do kind of want to say this, though. Probably just do what I can to support Tabitha through this. That's really sweet of you, but knowing Tabby, I have to imagine that'll still leave you with plenty of free time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job. I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winry says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Kenai, you haven't introduced yourself.
I have not.
Her condolences? I haven't introduced myself. Oh, sorry. It's just that most people in town know about you. Sorry, I'm sure that must seem creepy. It kind of does, just a little bit. Oh, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. The Holler's a small place. Everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. It's all good. I was just caught a little off guard. Phew, glad that didn't freak you out too much. Yeah, and don't worry, nothing Perlaney said about you'll stick. That's for sure. You can just make a good first impression and wipe the slate clean with the whole town. Okay, but now I'm worried. What do you mean? What was she saying about me? Ah, jeez. Look, I'm sorry I said anything. Hey, don't worry about it. Perlaney was a gossip and would do this sort of thing with everyone. Spreading weird little rumors about folk was her trademark. It's still unsettling! But enough about your aunt. You've got a biscuit to enjoy. Okay. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing more but buttery suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is the perfect biscuit. Okay, this would be funny to do in a joking way if it were an option, like, oh no, this isn't the best biscuit ever. I must try more to see if the rest of them hold up. Nom 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 nom. But that's not enough, so I'm just gonna go, whoa. This is a really good biscuit. I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. Actually, can I have another one with some butter and honey? That would be so good, I bet. I know there's already butter in it, but it's good. It's tasty. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I'm not famous. The only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, I don't know what is. I mean, it would depend on what she was on the news for. But he didn't say what kind of famous. Famous, infamous, you know. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Wait, what? It's not a big deal. I mean, it pays the bills, but it's really just a passion project, you know? Girl, if your passion project pays the bills, that's a big deal. Like, if I started paying my bills off of, like, Twitch or YouTube or something... I mean, I don't know. That would be a big deal to me anyway. I get you're trying to, like, humble it down a little bit, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, girl. Maybe don't humble yourself too much. Come on. You should check out some of her videos, Blaze. They're like the Discovery Channel, but with better research. Are you putting down the Discovery Channel or putting up her research? No, I mean, what's a YouTuber? No, I know what a YouTuber is. Tell me more. Why not? Color me interested. Tell me more. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be the river one. You know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba... I still don't know how to pronounce that. Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of the footage at the time, but it wound up doing numbers. That do be that way sometimes. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. Then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Keen eye. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and its relative body proportions. You're pretty sure it's a cat, and a big one at that. Some folks says it was a beaver, but if that's the case, it's be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara. It must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. It looks like a big cat. See, it's got those little kitty ears right there. Maybe it's a mountain lion. Why do you look at me, Stinky? Stop it! Where's like an empty, like one of those cardboard tube rolls, like you get from like Christmas wrapping paper or something? Bunk, 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 bunk. No, no way. It's definitely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack Squat. And there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. Just because they're not fans of water doesn't mean they wouldn't go in it, if necessary. Also, girl, I know I'm not trying to, like, you know, see into the future and stuff, but I know you did one day. You spent one day on the mountain lions and decided, nope. Bunk, 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 bunk. I love you and I appreciate you. Bunk, 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 bunk. And the body is too long. No way. Girl. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. If it's too long to be a mountain lion... I mean, capybaras are sure... You'd be able to tell from the fur type, but if she was too far away, then... There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. That's a point. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba. Confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along? It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. See you around! Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. Isn't that just worse Bigfoot? It definitely is one of the lesser ape-type cryptids, and one of the smellier, according to some sources. You should be able to smell it before you see it. I don't know about you, but I find the idea of discovering something previously unknown to be excitement enough, even if it is just worse Bigfoot. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating, and I decided to take another sip of drink. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing? Honestly, how about a rain check? I'm still trying to get the lay of the land here. But tonight's going to be perfect for the hunt. You'll actually be able to see the stars at night with no light pollution whatsoever. You're guaranteed to encounter some interesting wildlife, she's not wrong. And best of all, you get to eat hiking snacks. They're my favorite part of hiking, so I always have a full stock. Most of the snacks are homemade too, in case that tempts you. I mean, it does, but girl, I'm here for Kaneeka. I just don't think I'm up for that sort of thing tonight, but maybe I'll see you around? Oh yeah, maybe. No problem, Blaze. After a moment of not so comfortable silence hangs between you, I'll see you around, yeah? And tell Tabby I'm here if she needs me. Stella slides out of the booth, Gretchen in tow, and heads to the counter to pay. You're all alone in the booth. Stella already paid, but that doesn't mean you can't leave a tip. Should you, though? Yeah, like, I've been a server before. You're getting a fucking tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. $5 is a lot of money. You can't do much with $5, but it's still $5. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Hanging out with Stella managed to pass some time, but there's still plenty of daylight left. Maybe it's worth spending more time exploring the town. And thus... You know, I'm gonna roll it back. But, because I really doubt this is gonna let me dodge the mountain lion. But I'm just gonna see. I'm probably not gonna bother with dialogue or anything. I just want to see if it lets me dodge it. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, yeah. Alright. We'll get to this later. We are here for a reason. To the general store we go. You wander into the quaint little general store. Keen eye. It's not as put together as some of the others you saw along your journey. It seems to reflect the state of the town, with its meager offerings of dented canned goods and neglected tourist trap trinkets. It feels like an old place that is slowly limping its way to the modern day, lagging behind by just enough to be eternally unfashionable. Yeah, because you got like pulled from the Scarlet Mine, no authentic rocks, assorted minerals, fresh pickles, no entry. Okay, so these are actually the creators. These are not tabbies. No tab. Yeah. Anyway. This is her cat Spoons. I forget what the snake and the axolotl is called. I also keep forgetting how to actually pronounce axolotl, because I found out that that's not how you're supposed to say it, and now I don't know. Also, her dad. One of these is her dad. Bipsy. Hand drawn. It always gets me. The run-down country ambience clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say that quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. Sup? Hi, are you looking for something in particular? Prints by local artist, yay. He said, oh my god, when I walked in. Do you also know who I am? Yeah, you're Blaze. Nobody thought you were actually gonna show up. It's like Bigfoot just walked in. Thanks! At least, thanks for not calling me Stinky Bigfoot, I guess. I'm Kaneeka. Everyone in this town is so friendly. I just got biscuits with this Stella girl I met on the street, and she tried to get me to go into the woods with her. Oh, you've already met Stella? Great. She's a much better welcoming committee than I am. I take it you didn't take... Oh no, I did get it right. I take it you didn't take her up on it? I used to help her film stuff out in the woods all the time back when we were still in school. She still tries to drag me out there every now and then. I wish I had the time. I kind of wanted to take that other option though. Damn it. Alright. So we're gonna skip ahead just a little bit. Because I've already read it. A witch! Ugh, why does everyone have to know who I am? It feels like everyone's already formed opinions of me. I know exactly what you mean. Everyone here has known me since I was a baby, so it's like I'm a perpetual teenager to them. You're lucky your mom got out before you had to deal with that. I'd better get out too before I become one of these old fogies sitting on the porch telling grown adults about something they did when they were 10. It doesn't sound like you're very fond of this place. No, I'm not. I've been here long enough for a lifetime. But getting out is always easier said than done. Yeah, I mean, this town doesn't like people leaving. You feel like the first normal person I've talked to. If the only other person you've met is Tabitha, anyone would seem normal. I'll take that as a compliment, though. Good. So, what do you think of Tabitha? That depends. Are you guys friends? I don't know. I just met her. Well, if she's been a little mean, try not to take it personally. That's just Tabitha. Good luck with her this week. I mean it. The stuff that she and Perlani used to say about you, well, it doesn't bear repeating. Great. I know what you just said, but my aunt used to talk about me? What'd she say? If you really want to know, that you and your mom were stuck-up city people who thought you were better than the town, that your mom was a, for having you outside of wedlock, that it's good your mom left because she was going to drink away the family fortune. She would just say anything. Never believed a word of it, because I heard what she always had to say about my family, too. And I knew nothing that came out of her mouth was worth anyone's time. I think most people in town knew that. However, Tabitha is not most people. I'm sure she believed it all. I don't envy you having to spend the whole week with someone who thinks so poorly of you. She's just generally difficult to be around anyway. What's there to do in town? I have a lot of time to kill. If you're looking for something exciting, you definitely came to the wrong place. The only restaurant we have in town is the diner. The only real place to hang out is probably the library. Well, there's Avery's Garden! I know it exists. Well, I don't know if it's a communal area, but we can still go there. That's a place that I don't know about yet, so... There's a gas station, for what it's worth. And there's a bar. But it's not exactly a place you want to go to. It's a dive bar that's always full of minors. I'm pretty sure someone at the diner is throwing a party this weekend, in case you want to go hang out with a bunch of strangers the day before a funeral. If I were you, I would just wait out the week, read a book, and hope the days pass quickly, then go back to your life and forget you were ever here. If I buy something, 'cause... How'd you get away with fashion like that in the rural southern town? What, like they're gonna try me for witchcraft? Sure, I get weird looks sometimes, and there are definitely some ladies in town who have made made it their job to save my soul, but there are way too many hippies in these hills for most people to be concerned about what I'm wearing. And my mom is Queen Hippie, so I'm probably the least witchy person I know. Everyone my mom talks to might as well be wearing a pointy hat and carrying a broom. Ha. Ha ha. Her outfit's awesome though. Look at her outfit. Like, this is cool. She looks awesome. I'll probably skip buying something this time. It was nice chatting. I'll get out of your hair now, but I'm sure I'll see you around. Yeah, I'm sure I'll see you around. This town is like 3 streets wide. Bye! You find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's desolate main street once again. Looks like the sun is finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant light another day. But for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. We leave. And thus we start upon the path that we almost did before. There we go. You return to the dirt road, beginning the trek back up towards the estate. As the sun sinks deeper into the horizon, the sky is flooded with orange and pink hues. The shadows around you darken and stretching out over the path. The mountains seem to make the night come quickly here. Their rounded hills blotting out the dying sun prematurely, casting the valley of Scarlet Hollow into an eerily autumn twilight. You've had a long day. Between traveling and meeting all these strangers, the dusty bed that waits for you back at the estate is starting to sound. You pause mid-thought. Something is standing in the tree line, watching you, trying to be very still. It's a cat, and a very big one. Is this what you saw in Stella's footage? Your eyes scan the side of the mountain road, settling on a large stick. You pick it up, never breaking eye contact with the creature watching you. Alright, a little bit of juggling here. Fear grips your heart and adrenaline pumps through your veins as you begin to sprint down the road. As you sprint down the road, the creature bursts from its hiding spot and gives ferocious chase, and then you swing your stick at the creature as it barrels towards you, your blow connecting with a heavy and satisfying crack. It's stunned for the briefest of moments, and then it lunges again, pawing at your ankles, its momentum dragging you towards the tree line and from there sliding downhill. You're disorientated, but you manage to move the creature's body under you just before a heavy impact. You find yourself stunned but relatively uninjured. But the mountain lion isn't finished. Its body oozing from the fall, it pushes itself back up to its feet, killing intent shining clear in its wide yellow eyes. And then the evening air is pierced with the sound of a gunshot. The mountain lion is gone in a flash, leaving a thin trail of blood behind as it disappears into the dark woods beyond the path. Damn! Nearly had the thing. And I nearly had you too! Who in the hell are you and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? I nearly had you too! Who in the hell are you and what are you doing out here? Looking to get shot? I'm just gonna start fucking crying. You start crying. The old man in front of you freezes, unsure of what to do. Now don't start crying. There's nothing you need to be upset about. We chased it off. Nobody got hurt. Wait a tick. He looks you up and down with his good eye. You're that Scarlet kid everyone's been saying wasn't gonna show. Well, no wonder you're crying. This must be a very difficult time for you and yours. My condolences to you and Miss Tabitha as well. You can call me Duke. Duke seems to think for a moment, glancing up at the darkening sky. You'd better not keep walking around on your own out here, not with that thing on the prowl. I'd hate to think anything might happen to you without me around to save your skin. Tell you what, tag along with me while I finish what we started, and I'll be sure to get you home safe. And I'd wager Miss Tabitha would appreciate somebody looking out for you. There is something fucking wrong with that mountain lion. It's probably got the cancer, had all them lumps. Doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. If I had to guess, I'd say it's more deadly than ever now that it's seen death coming for it. As you well know, when's the last time you heard a mountain lion attacking anybody, especially on this side of the continent? You're one of the lucky few, so don't ruin it by going off and dying alone in the woods after God did you a favor. Oh, I didn't expect that to hide. Okay, apparently if you click the middle mouse button, it also hides the text. Well, that was an oops. Want to go home. Now, let's not panic. You're safe with me. We won't let a man-eater like that prowl around our town where it can go hurting anybody else. And I'm going to take a minute because there's a fucking bot in chat and I need to ban and report it. So just a second. Okay, there we go. That's been taken care of. You and me are gonna go take care of it, you hear? And then the hills will be safe again, and we'll get you home to that cousin of yours. I'm sure she's worried sick already. Your eyes wander to Duke's gun and then to the shadowed forest surrounding you. It looks like you don't have a choice. Well, I'm at least gonna take a sippy to stay hydrated. You reluctantly follow the armed man into the dark woods, hoping he stays true to his word and brings you back to your cousin in one piece. Before long, the sun is completely set, and the two of you find yourselves in near total darkness. Though Duke has a flashlight, he uses it sparingly, letting you both adjust to the starlight instead. Every sound feels deafening as the two of you pick your way through the underbrush. Every snapping twig could be deadly paws of the thing that hunted you. Every rustling leaf the herald of a vicious attack. Though you know deep down it's probably nothing but squirrels and shrews. Until you hear the unmistakable sound of something large shifting, new word, shifting among the fallen leaves. Gotcha! The old man quietly steps forward, gun held at the ready. What in the hell? Duke, you scared me. What are you doing out here so late? Stella, I'd ask you the same, but I'm sure I know what has you slinking around after dark. Do you know how close I just came to putting a hole in you? But you didn't. No harm, no foul. What are you doing with Blaze? I thought she was gonna go home. Gretchen's little nose seems to pick up something she doesn't like. She thrashes in Stella's arms, whining threateningly. Whoa, calm down, girl. You know Blaze. I swear, it gets so hard to hold her when she gets like this. Sometimes it feels like she's only geriatric when she wants to be. It's alright, little lady. You're safe so long as you got your mama looking after you. You just look so happy. Unlike you, Stella, if you decide to keep doing whatever it is you're doing out here, I think you'll find these woods aren't agreeable tonight. Blaze here had a run-in like you wouldn't believe. So just go on home and save all this for some other night. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you wouldn't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. I was attacked by a mountain lion. You know, the kind you said didn't exist in these parts. Oh, I see she's been trying to fill your head with her nonsense, too. It's not nonsense, it's... Don't you get started, Stella Richmond. We was both there. We saw the damn thing. It was a mountain lion, plain and simple. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just that I did a whole video on them and found absolutely no evidence they exist out here. Eastern mountain lions are extinct. There hasn't been a sighting in decades. There hasn't been a sighting in decades until now. Your friend here nearly got eaten by one. So if you don't want your last video to be found 20 years from now next to a pile of your bones in the den of some long-dead creature, you'd best get out of these woods. That would be so cool. God damn it, Stella. No, it would not. Your mama and daddy are spinning in their graves hearing you talk like that. If they ain't around to stop you, then I'll take on that responsibility. Go on, get. The old man shoos her away. Fine, fine, I'll go. Does that mean I should go with her, Duke? Hell no! There's half a chance she'll wind up in some kind of situation on her way back. Miss Scarlet would have my ass if she knew I'd let you get into a situation. Me? I would never. I'm definitely going to be responsible and head home right now. Stella, could you at least pretend to be convincing? Nobody's believing this, Stella. Nobody. Yeah, I'm sure. Blaze, you stick with me and you'll be alright. And we'll get you back to that cousin of yours in one piece. Don't you go getting into any situations either, Duke. And I'll see you around, Blaze. Okay, bye. With that, she's off. It's just you and Duke in the dark woods once again. Damn, we've been stopped too long. Now the old hip's starting to voice its complaints. There's an overlook just up this way. Let's sit a spell. I brought a few victuals along if you're peckish. I see you, motherfucker. You find your way along the narrow path and emerge on a rocky outcropping overlooking the dark forest. The sky above is smeared with stars, more than you've ever seen before. And I take a sippy. Duke interrupts the serenity of the scene with his old man grunts, folding his creaky joints as he settles in on a nearby log. He starts rustling through a small pack you hadn't noticed he was carrying, pulling out some beef jerky and a couple of beers. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. And as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans myself, but I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. Let's have that jerky. Damn straight you will. You take a laborious bite of the jerky. It's the type of trail snack that isn't very comfortable to eat, but whose discomfort brings with it a deep satisfaction. A discomfort that tells you that you are tough. It's not especially flavorful, but it's nourishment. Eating it is like how you imagine it might feel to survive off old-timey war rations. I'm gonna save and then I'm gonna take a beer. Save and then beer. You take one of Duke's cold ones. It's more like a somewhat cool one after so many hours outside, but you crack it open nonetheless, offering him a gesture of cheers and take a sip. It's cheap beer, but it's refreshing. Its watery, earthy taste mingling well with the crisp mountain air, putting you somewhat more at ease. Duke seems slightly more at ease now, too, seemingly happy to not be drinking alone. So you're a Duke man. We're gonna bond over sports. So you're a Duke man? I've met some pretty passionate sports fans, but I've never met someone named after a team. Yeah, well, I was born into the name. Why, you a fan? You know, why the hell not? Let's go Devils this time. Hell yeah, go Devils. Damn straight I'll drink to that. Keen-eyed, yeah, now you're gone, you little bitch. For a moment, you think you catch something in the tree line from out of the corner of your eye, but before you can see anything, it's gone. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're being watched right now? That's just nature. You'll get used to it. Can't believe Stella wouldn't believe us about the mountain lion. Are they really that rare up here? If you ask most people, there ain't been any in these parts for decades. But everybody who lives deep enough in the hills has a story or two about seeing one. Not that anybody believes us. If we don't manage to bag that son of a bitch, you'll have one of them stories too. And then you'll get the rare pleasure of telling people what you seen with your own two eyes and never having nobody believe you. Seems like you and Stella go way back. What do you think of her? What do I think? I think she's a nice young lady, and she's been through a lot in her short time on Earth. He lets a conspicuous silence fall between the two of you. That thing about her parents rolling in their graves, are they dead? Yes, they are. God rest their souls. Car accident a while back. Poor thing was there through it all. All three of them left town together, and she was the only one who came back. She's taken it well, all things considered. Besides a few quirks she picked up, I've heard she needs convincing when you need to get her in a car, which is pretty damn understandable if you ask me. Can't be pleasant for her to live like that, but to each their own. You seem like you have more to say about her. I wouldn't usually be one to talk of the ill of anyone behind their back, but I've said this to her face. I may as well let it be known. She's on thin ice with me. She heard I was talking about the mountain lion that's been after my chickens, so she did a whole video about him, asked me all sorts of questions about what I seen, only to turn around and slander my name. She made me look like some crackpot in that video of hers. I may as well have been talking about Bigfoot. I read all of them comments too, and they had plenty to say about that crazy old man and his made-up stories. But lo and behold, now you've seen it too. And she turned around and did the exact same thing to you as she did to me. At least you ain't plastered across the whole internet. I mean, obviously it's a viable career. She's paying rent with it. And groceries and whatever else. Yeah, it sounds like to me she hasn't quite figured out the effects her actions have on other people. Yep, I suppose you've hit the nail on the head there. I know she didn't mean to stick all her little fans on me, but it happened. And she ain't apologized for it more than lip service. I know she's a much kinder soul than that might suggest, so it must be she doesn't know how much it stung to read all that. Maybe she's too used to that sort of thing herself. I was wondering how in the hell did you find me? I've been on that thing's trail all day. I got myself a personal vendetta. Remember when I was mentioning the chickens? Oh, right. Sorry, I should have clicked next and continued reading. It's been after my chickens. I've seen it around my property a few times now. The next day I always have a bird or two missing. Those birds just like family to me. I raised them from eggs. They know me by sight. Like I'm their daddy. So it means something to me when some creature sets their sights on my hens. That thing shoots to the top of my list of enemies. I suppose it sees some commonalities between you and my chickens. I didn't expect to find a near stranger out there on the wrong end of that thing. I'm gonna take another sip because this accent. But I'm glad I did, for your sake. Me too! Hey, thanks for saving my life. I really appreciate it. Seems like divine intervention that I was there when I was. I wish I could have gotten the damn thing for good, though. I hate to have to drag you around through the woods all night. 'Cause you're loud as hell. My bad. About what you said earlier. Why did everyone think I wasn't going to come for the funeral? That'd be Miss Perlane's doing. She was never very kind when talking about your side of the family. Bless her heart and God rest her soul, of course. She told everyone your side of the family had sworn off Scarlet Hollow, and everyone who lived here, so nobody around these parts thought we'd be seeing much of you. You're from around here. What do you think of Scarlet Hollow? But let me take a sip of water before I read your dialogue. Oh, this is the only downside of this game. What do I think? You might as well be asking me what I think of the air I breathe or the dirt I'm standing on. How am I supposed to know? I'm in it. I should be the one asking you. What do you think of this town? Or our town? One of the first things that happened to me when I got here was being attacked by a mountain lion, so... I suppose that would have some influence on your opinion, wouldn't it? Well, here's hoping it's all uphill from here. I don't see how it could get much worse than that. I'm sorry, Duke, but it gets so much worse than that. So, Duke, tell me about yourself. You want to know about me? I can't say I know what there is to tell. Got a beautiful wife, Irma, who I love to hell and back. We got our boy, Bo, and our little farm. And our closest neighbor is that bastard Julius Tremaine. But that's neither here nor there. Tell me, what's the biggest pumpkin you've ever seen? What? I get the feeling you want to show me a large pumpkin. Damn right, and not just any pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin I bet you'll ever see. Feast your eyes on this beautiful lady. Duke pulls out his wallet, flipping it open to a photograph of a very, very large pumpkin. Big Betty, my biggest yet. Me and Bo are taking her down to the fair this week, aiming to take home the blue ribbon. How'd it get so big? Patience and dedication, and a whole lot of water. Oh, and chicken muck, which we got plenty of course. Less lately with the mountain lion, but even if we don't manage to track it down tonight, it don't look like that thing is long for this world. One way or another, it will soon cease to be on my list of problems. How the hell are you getting that thing to the fair? We got ourselves a hay lifter, and of course Bo is a big help. That boy is built like a bull. We tend to put him on the other end of the lift as a counterweight. That ain't to say it's easy. We lost one or two over the years from mishandling. Not showstoppers like Betty, of course, but still stung. Even now that we got the hang of things, it's still gonna give me a heart attack to see her lifted up and not knowing whether something might go wrong. What compels you to spend time growing such a thing? Hell, I don't know. What compels anybody? Saw them big seeds in a catalog, thought it might be something me and Bo could do together, teach him a bit about patience and whatnot. And now it's just part of our yearly routine. What a pumpkin. She's gorgeous and fucking huge. She's bigger than you, my dude. She really is. Maybe if you're lucky, you'll get a glimpse of her when she's on her way out of town. She's really something you'll need to see with your own eyes. Pictures don't do her justice. What do you think of Tabitha? You can be honest. You say that as if I would have a bad word to say about her. I think she knows the value of hard work, and I think she and your whole family have been the lifeblood of this town for longer than I've been alive. And they're the whole reason any new jobs come out this way that ain't just some tourist bullcrap. You have the Scarlets to thank for this, that this place ain't just a glorified theme park like some other towns I could name. I don't want to be the local flavor character selling my produce at some cutesy farm stand to folks up from the city who think they want homegrown goods but get nervous if they see a brown spot. So I'm grateful to Miss Tabitha, and I will hear no slander to her good name. You feel so much more like the kind of person I expect to find out here, like you really belong. Calling me a stereotype? I'm just joking. I know I picked up some habits that folk around here tend to pass around. At least I ain't on the meth that's the next generation's troubles. I just chew my tobacco and drink my beer, and I leave it at that. I will say, though, things ain't like they used to be around here. Kids grow up online and lose their accents because they want to sound like somebody else. They move away and come back with the big head on their shoulders, talking down to their elders just because they went off and got themselves some expensive degree. At least my beau is a solid mountain boy. He'll be sitting on the porch with a beer, watching the sun go down over the hills every night, same as every Callaway that came before him. He knows there's no shame in a country life. You know what? We can just sit here in silence for a little bit. You choose to let a comfortable silence fall between you, gazing up at the glistening sky and enjoying the night as you slowly sip your beer. It's like nothing you've ever seen. It's the kind of sight that makes you realize why so many generations that came before you wrote mythologies to describe their patterns. There is so much beauty here, despite the fear that still hangs in the air, knowing what might be lurking beyond the tree line. But the tranquility doesn't last long. There's a harsh sound of vibrating cell phone pierces the night air. You're getting a call. It's your cousin. Please, where are you? Where did you go? Are you dead? I'm fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be home later. Who's that? Is that Miss Tabitha? Is there someone with you? Why do you sound like you're calling me from inside of a blender? I'm inside a blender, apparently. Actually, this is Python, not Blender. Are you out in the woods? You should tell her you're with old Duke. Then she'll know you're in good hands. Oh, make sure to mention how I saved your life. There's a sound nearby, a scuffling, and then... What in the... The downside is this might... No, I'm gonna have to switch it out. Okay, I'm a little stuck at the moment, because... I'm worried that by answering my phone, I won't be able to see Kaneeka later. You know what? Let's roll with it. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Let's see it through here. What in the... Look, I don't know if you know this, but since the big city only has trees with little fences around them or whatever, but wandering around in the woods at night is dangerous. Get back to town now. Don't you worry, Miss Tabitha. We'll get Blaze back to you safe and sound. I'll be sure of that. Sorry, I really didn't mean to get in trouble. Look, as long as you don't die, I'm sure I can forgive you. Thank you! The rustling grows louder. This must be my birdie. She's still alive. The call ends abruptly, the bad reception finally giving out. The old man takes a step towards the tree line. Get your thieving little hands off her! Duke charges forward, flashlight in hand, crashing through the bush. Damn it, that thing's fast. Which way did it go? There's an odd sound nearby, though it isn't the sound of whatever the two of you were chasing. Keen eye, It's a human voice, and one you recognize immediately. It would appear Stella didn't leave the woods after all. Ahem. It seems we found one of Duke's chickens. Folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but... Duke stops mid-stride to listen, his hearing evidently not quite as sharp as yours. Damn it, I know that voice. There appears to be some kind of growth. I've never seen anything like it. Jeez, I hope I don't get demonetized for this. Stella, I swear to God, didn't I tell you to go home? The two of you emerge into the clearing, revealing what Stella has been filming so intently. It's Birdie, and her little chicken body panting despite desperate breaths as she lies in a crumpled heap at Stella's feet. Birdie, oh no, what happened to you, sweetheart? Duke, I just found her like this. I think there's something seriously wrong with her. I'm gonna read this. I'm not gonna pick this, but it's just like, man, Stella, why can't you be a normal YouTuber who just talks at the camera instead of the kind of fills people's dying pets? I'm not gonna pick that one though. It's tempting. Stella, what are you still doing here? Sorry, it's my job. It's investigative journalism. Investigative journalism, my ass! It's online rubbernecking, and if you give two shits about my birdie, you'll delete the footage. There is something really wrong with all the animals we've seen tonight. No goddamn shit, it's like some kind of plague. Better not be contagious. It unfortunately is, depending on your definition of contagion. Did you see the thing that got a hold of her? I sure did. I got it on camera, too. Don't know what it is yet. A gnome or something? You know, there ain't no such thing. You stoop down to look at the chicken. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you, glazed over but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of this chicken's concerns. Whatever got a hold of her busted up her wing too, little bastard. Yeah, what a bastard. Good God, at first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. She could still get better. Maybe she just needs that thing to pop and she'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Happened to me once and there's not so much as a scar these days. I don't know, it kind of looks like there's something in there. Keen eye. Looking more closely at the growth, you think you can see something squirming inside. Having investigated to your heart's content, you step back and give the bird space. Do you think she's become an egg? Like one of those things is gonna pop out of her? No, I refuse to entertain that notion. She ain't some kind of incubator. She just needs that thing drained, maybe some antibiotics, that's all. This is just like that mountain lion. As you, Duke and Stella, take stock of the situation, a sound begins to wrap around you, gently at first, barely a whisper. But then a guttural moan, and then another, and another, until suddenly you find yourself surrounded by a chorus of groaning misery. What the hell is going on? The voices? Oh, I have no idea. She starts filming again. Come on, Birdie, let's get you back home. As Duke scoops up the injured Birdie, the voices in the trees intensify. It's like you're all suddenly surrounded, the strange sounds coming closer, growing bolder. What in the hell is that? Don't you step another foot closer or I'll shoot. Don't you think I won't? The man hesitates, and the thing steps forward, fixing what seems to be its eyes on Birdie tucked under Duke's arm. Gretchen starts making ungodly noises, screaming and howling along with the dim around you. You and Stella turn just in time to see another of the creatures slithering out from under the bush. Gretchen's whines and barks reaching a fevered pitch as another creature's malformed hand grips her. Oh my god! What's going on over there? As Duke glances back, everything seems to happen at once. A patter of our natural feet, and then chaos. Duke grapples with as the thing grabs at his hot shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. Shit, get your grubby little hands off my bird! Powerful build, you were born for this moment. Take care of business. You rush to the Duke's side, your steady hand reaching for the barrel of his shotgun. You grab it, pointing it safely to the sky as you aim a swift, brutal kick at the creature. Its flesh is doughy and structureless, like loosely packed sausage. Your foot leaves an imprint on its chest, and it stumbles back, clutching at the odd wound. Duke regains control of the shotgun, and you turn your attention back to Gretchen. You pick up a large rock and hurl it at the thing just as it's in the midst of dragging Gretchen away. Your aim is flawless, and it strikes the creature square in its wretched face, lodging itself in its flesh. It scrambles back, its movements uncoordinated in its blindness, leaving Gretchen unharmed. And then a gunshot, a scattering of footsteps, and finally, silence. You turn just in time to see the creature you knocked off Duke disappear, bleeding into the tree line. Holy shit, Gretchen, I almost lost you. Thank you, Blaze. And Birdie's safe on the ground till we get our bearings. Holy shit, did you guys see that pitch? Damn thing got away, though. We have to go after it, right? I don't think we have much footage, and nobody's gonna believe us unless... Nobody's gonna believe us, period, Stella Richmond. Even if we drag the mangled corpse of one of them critters straight out of these damned woods. I got my bird, and we still got all our lives, and I'm calling it here. We're leaving. But... on one hand, these things are after our animals. Let's put them in any more danger. But we're here because our animals are in danger. Duke, they keep taking your birds. Let's go. Getting cold feet, Duke? These things have been after your birds. God damn it. All right, fine. But the first sign of trouble, we're counting our blessings and leaving. Then let's go. Stella doesn't wait for you or Duke to respond. She holds Gretchen close and starts running. You join Duke and Stella, chasing after the wounded creature and into the darkness. Good God, there's tons of the damn things. There are more of them, a lot more of them. They leer at you from the trees, no longer hiding as they bellow their strange calls out into the night. What in the hell are they and where are they coming from? His question is seemingly answered when you burst through the trees and into the clearing. Stella, too, is stopped by the sight and smell of what has happened, what has been arranged here. She stands with you at its edge, overlooking the bizarre pattern of animal corpses, their rot flavoring the air. Gretchen seems upset, shaking in Stella's arms and whimpering quietly. At the sound of the dog's disquiet, the creatures flow out of the woods and surround the clearing. Dead eyes peer out from pale, doughy faces, watching the three of you at the small, terrified dog. Why aren't they attacking us? Just because they ain't attacking us now doesn't mean they won't. Looks like they're circling us to protect their brood, or whatever it is they've been planting in these animals. Not a good idea to poke a nest unless you're ready to burn it out. And we are not ready to burn it out. Yeah, I think I have enough footage. The few of you take a few steps back from the clearing, then turn and start running together back through the woods, driven by a deep animal instinct to get away from whatever those things are. They're still everywhere. God, how many of these things are there? They reach out to you from between bushes and trees, branches, grasping for anything they can get a hold of, their howls filling the night. Quick, my truck's this way! You make it to the road, but 3 of the creatures stand between you and Duke's truck. Clear a path. Stay back! You take a single deep breath before propelling yourself towards the creatures. Go to town. As they flinch from your approach, you plant a foot firmly in the ground and throw your body towards the abomination to your right, your fist firmly connecting with a powerful haymaker. Its body feels wrong, as if your blow has just collided with a bag of loose organs instead of with a living creature. Caught by surprise and outmatched by your physical prowess, the creatures leap back and scatter into the woods. You are still the dominant species here, at least for now. Now, Stella, I know you got trouble with vehicles, but I won't hear any nonsense about you walking back town. You hear? Get in the truck. You sense the slightest bit of hesitation as Stella pauses on the path next to you. Okay. You squeeze into Duke's tiny 2-seater truck, tugging your legs on either side of the gear shift. Keen eye. Stella is quiet and tense next to you, her shoulders rigid. More water. She clutches Gretchen protectively, staring straight forward, expression blank as the truck quickly starts to rumble its way down the dirt road. That was terrifying. How are we supposed to get on with our lives knowing something like that is out there, lurking? Damn straight it was terrifying. Scariest thing I've ever seen. And I can't say I'm looking forward to going back into the woods anytime soon. Life will find a way to go on, though. I've still got livestock to protect and a state fair waiting for me and my boy. Don't matter what kinds of critters are out there. There's still things that have to get done. Maybe we'll get lucky and those fists of yours will have scared them off. Doesn't seem like they can put up much of a fight when push comes to shove. Hey, Stella, you good? She doesn't respond. You reach out and rest your palm gently on her shoulder. She jumps slightly at your touch, but remains focused on the wilderness rolling past the window, still tense and uneasy. I don't think she's doing okay. Best not to bother her just now. Let's get out of these woods before something else tries to come after us. He glances over to Stella, his hard face softening slightly. It'll be just a few more minutes. You'll be all right. Soon, the rumble of gravel beneath the tires gives way to uneven pavement. The truck comes to a stop in front of a small cottage. Here we are, Stella, safe and sound. Okay, I know it's late, but I'm wound up. I know I, for one, need answers. It's a long shot, but my friend's mom is a weird hippie lady. She knows all about local wildlife and local myths and legends. Maybe she would have some idea what those things were. I say we go over there and show her what we have. Are you guys with me? Hell no. I'm a God-fearing man. Don't go to that witch woman for nothing. Besides, my bet is crying out for me. I need sleep before I give anything that happened tonight another thought. The only reason I'm still here is to deliver Blaze to Miss Tabitha as requested. She said she'd be around here somewhere. Well, she technically didn't, but this is where the plot's going. Whoa, fuck. Where have you been? In the woods. Also, why did you come in from the left? Well, don't ask me why I'm talking to you with a southern accent. I'm gonna have some more water, thank you. Tabby, hey! Stella, I am trying to talk to my cousin. I called you over an hour ago. How did you manage to get that lost? The woods, ma'am. I'm afraid it's my fault, ma'am. Those woods were not as safe as they usually are, and we got ourselves a little turned around out there. There's no need to fear. I made sure your cousin was in one piece every step of the way, despite the best efforts of the local wildlife. Blaze, has this man been harassing you? He gave me a beer. We're friends. No way, he saved my life. Stella, is this true? I wasn't there for that part, but I believe it. Duke is that kind of guy. Okay, but don't think surviving whatever happened out there means you can make this a nightly event. I didn't even want this event, ma'am. Just as an FYI. Your cousin sighs heavily. I thought I could leave you alone for 2 seconds since you're supposedly an adult, but clearly you need more supervision than that. Aye. You know, Tabby, I was just suggesting we head over to Kaneeka's mom and ask her what she thinks we saw in the woods tonight. You should come too. Sybil, absolutely not. It's late. I'm taking Blaze home. Good night, Stella and Farmer. The name's Duke, ma'am. Okay, fine. Save. Tabitha, we really need to tell you about what happened tonight. You wouldn't believe what we saw. The woods were full of these weird lumpy things. There was, like, some kind of gnomes, but... Gnomes? You're right. I wouldn't believe it, so let's go ahead and skip to the part at the end where I say it was probably nothing and you're all overreacting. If you'd pardon the correction, ma'am, these kids are telling the honest truth. There was some strange things out there. I ain't even never seen them their like before. Okay, if these gnome things have you all so freaked out, don't go into the woods. Very easy. Okay, kind of. Let's see. I'm not going home yet. I'm going with Stella to meet that person's mom. Like I said, you can always come along, Tabby. Please come along, Tabby. Like I said, no. Come on, Blaze. I'm tired, and so are you. Bedtime. Well, then I'll catch you up on all the details tomorrow. Here's my number. Let me know when you get back safe. Oh, fantastic. Now you're friends. Pleasure to see you as always, Miss Tabitha, and sorry for your loss. Tabitha doesn't respond as she escorts you towards her old B&W. Stella and Duke's voices fade as you walk down the dark street with your cousin. Thankfully, there are no odd owl-like voices echoing out of the woods either. The night fills with the comforting songs of crickets. You and Tabitha I'm taking another sip of water. You and Tabitha step into her car. It feels like a lifetime since you've been in this seat, but the truth is it's been fewer than 12 hours. The smell inside is oddly comforting, like there's some bone-deep recognition that smells like family. She smells like family. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Fucking! Why are you like this? Blaze. Keen eye. You can ever so faintly make out the name tag on his jacket. Wayne. Welcome home. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. Why isn't screaming an option? Saving again. Who is that? Why does he know my name? Just one of the miners being dramatic. Everyone here knows your name. I'm sure you've noticed that. It's not a big deal. His jacket said Wayne. Yeah? Well, you saw him for 2 seconds. Maybe you misread it. Doesn't matter. Let's not freak out over nothing. I still think screaming is the best option to something like that. It's like, why can't I just go, ah! She turns on the engine. Her keys rattled, betraying the fresh tremor in her hands. She's just as nervous as you. You both ride in silence back up to the estate. The stars vaguely illuminate its hulking shape, perched on the cliffside. Despite the warm porch light, it feels even more abandoned than it did during the day. Its windows dark and lifeless. Well, see you in the morning. Tabitha, why won't you just believe me that something weird is going on around here? Why would I believe you? I wouldn't believe a kid if they told me there was a monster in their closet. Same thing. It's not like you need to worry about it anyway. When the week is over, you won't have to concern yourself with whether or not there's something in the woods. Duke didn't want to talk to that Sybil lady either. Is there something weird about her? She's a hippie, that's all. He's being sensible. You never know what's going to come out of her mouth. I'm sure she was going to take you all dead seriously and say she knew exactly what you saw out there. And that it's some mystical creature, just like Stella hoped, and give you tea about it. Waste of time. Both literal and figuratively, because she is a tea lady. Good night, Tabitha. Sleep tight. I love you. Okay. Oh. Also, I tried. There was a mountain lion, ma'am. Why couldn't I tell you about the mountain lion? Anyway. Your cousin heads upstairs, giving you a dismissive wave as she makes her way to her bedroom. You follow suit, climbing up the creaky stairs to your own waiting bed with its ancient, dusty sheets. As you start to drift off, do you remember that Stella asked you to let her know when you got home safe? I will call her. You pull out your phone and call. Hey, how are you? Did you make it back all right? I actually died on my way home. This is my ghost. Ha ha, you're very funny. Wait, are you serious? You have to tell me this is a joke. It's been a weird night, okay? Ooh, I'm a ghost in the machine. I kind of want to be a ghost in the machine. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to choose to believe you're joking. Now go get some Z's if that's something ghosts do. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Unless you are dead and this is my one chance to talk to someone from beyond the grave. Ah, this is stressful. I'm just going to hang up. I'm sorry, Stella. Slightly mean to her. Just a little mean to her. From the relative safety of this uncomfortable bed, the events of the past evening seemed like something that happened to someone else, though you could still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters and make them seem like nothing but a bad dream. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a boring week in the mountains with your sour-faced cousin. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. And that is chapter 1. And I'm gonna let this play through because, again, hand-drawn. It's just always worth looking at, I think. One really fun thing about it is after you play through the game and you You recognize things, you recognize moments, you know what's going on, you know when you're gonna see these things, you know what's going on, when they're gonna happen. And that's a whole lot of blood in the carpet. Along with the door opening on its own. Tabitha, can I at least use the broom? And again, if you know, you know. Scarlet Hollow. So yeah, this entire chapter is free. And there is so much more than, you know, what you've seen in this little bit. The end of episode 1. Episode 2 awaits. Now, I know I've only been streaming for like 2 hours now. But 1, unfortunately, all this talking is really wears on my voice. And 2, if I don't stop here, I'm going to have to stop mid-chapter 2. Or episode 2. Whatever. And that's going to be a worse cliffhanger, trust me. Trust me on this, seriously. So, despite this being a slightly shorter stream, thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for watching the VOD either here or over on YouTube. Let me check to see if I am the last one standing or if anybody else is on right now. Every time I check, there's nobody to jump to. Is there anyone to jump to? No. Another time. Well, actually, let me see if anyone's... What about categories? Ah. It seems to be me, myself, and I. Well... Alright. Attempts were made. Thank you again, everybody. I hope you take care. Have a good one. Check out Scarlet Hollow yourself if you want. Genuinely, this is... I have poured how many hours into this game? I have played this for over 200 hours. I am not kidding. I mean, you've seen my save files. Here, let's... Look at this. Page 179. I have so many saves. I have so many playthroughs. Please. And if it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. You can still try it for free. And I will catch you all next time. I hope you all take care. And hey, stay safe. Bye all. Bye everybody.